Hello students, Namaste, welcome to MBA 360. Today we're going to discuss about an institution which is one of the best institutes out there, all because it's very affordable. You know, the kind of average salary that it offers is much better than IIM Ahmedabad also many a times, or IIM Bangalore or IIM Calcutta. But still, at every single point in time, the kind of ROI that this institution delivers is the best that you have in the country at this point in time. We're talking of Faculty of Management Studies, which is a part of the Delhi University. Now, the important thing that you need to understand is, though Delhi University is possibly, it's a central university, which means that the students who come into this institute are coming from all over the country. There is no reservation for Delhi, though it's a part of Delhi University. And I'm saying this as a clarification because you need to understand that when you deal with other states, you might actually have a reservation quota because it's a state university, but Delhi University being a central university, all students come in. So what we are essentially talking of is an institution which is possibly pan-India, it is pan-India for sure, but possibly competes with all the IIMs in terms of the kind of pedigree, the kind of credibility, the kind of placements, the kind of salaries, but at possibly 1/10 of what IIMs offer. Let's talk about this. We'll talk of the selection process, the eligibility criteria, the weightage, the placements, everything that you have, we'll talk about that. Faculty of Management Studies was established in 1954. Right? Now what we're talking of is, it is much before what IIM Calcutta, IIM Ahmedabad and IIM Bangalore and all was established, because they came in 1961 onwards. This predates them, 1954. So it actually came in an era where nation building was a priority. So this was formed to ensure that there was intellectual capital for public sector units, in the government sector and so on and so forth, because it came when India was on its pathway to development. In that sense, we just got freedom and that we wanted to get on with that, right? It's a constituent college of Delhi University, as I told you, but Delhi University is a central university. So students who come in here are all over the country and not from the state of Delhi alone. It's public owned. The reason why the fees is also lower is because the state of Delhi, the Delhi government contributes a lot of money as budgetary support, because of which it is the price is low. But one of the big things about FMS Delhi is that it is no frills. It really rewards merit. The kind of academic excellence it has from Delhi University itself is fantastic. So all those things add up to the kind of structure that you created in FMS Delhi. Spread over 7 acres of land, batch size 320, of which 250 are sanctioned seats. Now, what is the difference here? There is extra numeracy. Like, for example, you have 25 foreign students also coming in. Now, just imagine a situation where you are also studying in a place where foreign students also are coming in, which means that academic diversity is very good and the student diversity is also very good. That adds a lot of value. Besides that, there are a few people who come from Defense of India and then study here, pursue management here. So this difference between 320 and 250, 70 students is extra numeracy, what we call it, which is students from foreign countries which are added on top of 250, students from defense services which are added on top of 250, and that's how it makes up to 320, and a few other things. Extra numeracy is what you call that. And the faculty strength is 39. The important thing that you must remember is that FMS Delhi doesn't participate in NRF ranking, so we don't actually can talk of ranking. But if you look at the salary and the kind of work that they do and all, they would be in the top 5 if it were to be ranked properly. I keep saying this, NRF is biased towards institutions which are doing a certain kind of work and is biased against institutions which are very niche, extremely, like for example, you take JBMS in Bombay or FMS in Delhi and so on and so forth. They're biased against that for a certain reason, because these guys really don't focus on research and all. There's a single, institution, and that actually creates a problem in terms of perception, in terms of research ranking, because of which they get into a problem. And besides that, if you see this faculty strength also 39, which will go against the norm of AICTE, which is 1:15, because when you actually have a 320 kind of a batch size, it might just be against that in terms of the student to faculty ratio, right? But having said that, if you remove the ranking part of it, because it doesn't participate in the ranking, it is the best in every parameter that's out there. How the placements are happening, right? The highest domestic is 1.23 crores. If you remember, IIM Ahmedabad, it was 1.4 crores. So it's pretty close by. Now, average salary is 34.1 lakh. If you take the average of IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore and Calcutta, it's 33 lakhs. So this beats them hands down in that sense, right? Average top 10% is 68.16 lakh. Again, here also the top 10% of you take the top 3 out there, this beats them again, because there will be about 55 lakhs and this is 68 lakhs out here. Average top 25%. So just imagine this, 25% of the batch got a salary of 51.67 lakhs and above. One caveat that I say here is the data that we're talking of IIMs is from NRF ranking. Whereas here we're taking it from the institution website. Because it's a public institution, I don't think they will lie in that sense. So we're taking it as it is from what is shown on the website of FMS Delhi. But they don't participate in ranking, so it is not filed in an affidavit. But the data seems to be correct, right? The average salary of top 50% is 43 lakhs. Right. Now just imagine this whole thing, that you actually have an average salary of 34 lakhs and top 50% being 43 lakhs. Now if you work backwards, it essentially means that the bottom 50% will also be getting a average salary of 25 lakhs. Right. Which is very, very good. So even the bottommost candidate is getting 25 lakh rupees. It can't be better than that in that sense, right? So the bottom half I'm saying, right? So from that perspective, if you look at this whole thing, you're actually dealing with a very, very good institution which is delivering very good student outcomes. And the top 100 is 46.1 lakh. Of the 320 batches that you have, right? The top 100 are getting 46.1 lakh rupees. So in every sense of the word, this institution at this point in time is delivering far better results than what any of the IIMs do. And why do they do that? Because they first of all get the best students out there. Why do they get the best students out there? Because the fees that these people charge is so less, so affordable, that the best students first prefer IIM, FMS Delhi before they move on to anything else also. I'm not saying that people give up IIM Ahmedabad to come to FMS Delhi, but there are a lot of cases also where FMS Delhi is more preferred than IIMs also, because of the kind of fee structure that they have and the kind of salaries that they offer in terms of the placement process. Now, what are the roles that they offer? If you look at that, I always say that good B schools actually get a lot of placement in consulting, general management and strategy and operations. And if you go through the funnel, lesser number of people actually prefer sales and marketing. So here you actually have about 10.25% people going for sales and marketing. The lower the B school, there will be more sales and marketing roles and lesser of consulting roles. The better the B school, you will have more of consulting roles and operations roles and less of sales and marketing roles. So that is the funnel that we observed across the system, that when you actually analyze the placement of B schools, roles that are offered define the quality of the B school itself. And the fact that only 10% students go for sales, and I'm again saying there is nothing wrong in sales and marketing, but how do you create a funnel where every kind of a person has every kind of a role that they are seeking out? That's very important. Sales and marketing as a function is very, very, in a certain sense, what happens is that companies recruit sales and marketing people, and at any point in time, if the ROI is not working out, if the sales are not happening, they can ask people to go, because it's performance based, right? Because of which, a lot of companies go to Tier 3 B schools for sales and marketing roles, knowing fully well that they can actually ask the person to go if they don't achieve a certain target, right? Which is when you actually go through the funnel and in a pyramid structure, in Tier 3 B schools, you actually have a lot more sales and marketing roles and less of consulting roles. But in very good B schools, you actually have a lot more of consulting and strategy and operations roles and less of sales and marketing roles, which seems to be coming out very, very clearly here, that only 10% are there. You go to other Tier 3 B schools, you'll actually have 60-70% on sales and marketing roles. Now, what are the kind of companies that come in for placement here? For sales and marketing, it's Airtel, Amazon, Asian Paints, Cipla, Colgate Palmolive. Again, all the FMCG, the best companies out there, all FMCG are there, right? And then IT analytics, you have banks, Altasian, EXL, Flipkart, Geo platforms, Magic Bricks, Medium, and so on and so forth. So we again have the best of the companies. Finance, of course, you have a lot of banks, HDFC, DBS, Axis Bank and all. And you also have some of the investment bankers, or Morgan Stanley, NatWest, Nomura, O3 Capital, Piramal. So you also have VCs and those kind of things, right? And then you have consulting in general, which is Accenture Strategy, Adani, AON, Bain Company, right? Boston Consulting, Capgemini, right? Deloitte, Everest Group, Ernst & Young, HCL, KPMG, PwC. So you actually have the best companies out there recruiting for consulting, general management and strategy also from FMS Delhi. Right. Now, this is very important for you to understand, right? Where do the students who actually study at FMS Delhi, where do they go? How mobile are they in terms of finding a great role and great career path? And not just at a placement level, but beyond that also over the next 5, 10, 15 years. When you look at that data, we found that about 85% students are right now working in India, which also means that 15% students who studied in FMS Delhi are working outside of India, which means they've become global citizens. They've started somewhere and moved ahead in their life and have settled down somewhere around the globe. That's a very good number for you to deal with. Of course, for IIMs, it will be slightly larger, but 15% is no mean feat in terms of the fact that they actually produce very limited number of people, but still they're able to ensure that 15% of them actually move out of India, right? So that is a very good number that you can see. Of course, Delhi NCR about 50% students work. right? Canada, about 2% people are working. UK, about 2% people. Dubai, 1% people. US is 6% students. So when you see these things, you suddenly realize that a student who graduated from FMS Delhi are working all over the globe, which is very, very crucial, right? Now, what I intend to say here is, see, what is FMS Delhi? If you look at it in an overall perspective, the kind of fee that they charge is very, very low. Of course, let's talk of the selection criteria. CAT score is 50% weight, 10% in class 10th. So your past ACADs have a great weightage out here. Class 12th is 10% and statement of purpose 10%, extempore 5% and personal interview 15%. So if you look at this is 70% between the entrance exam and your ACADs. And then you have the statement of purpose, extempore and personal interview. What is the fee? Which is where this entire big thing happens of why it has such good quality of people getting to it. The semester fee is 60,818. In all the fees about less than 3 lakh rupees all put together. You can't find a better MBA in this country, private, public, anything that you talk of, which charges such a low fees. And because the fee is so low that it gets the best students out there to join FMS Delhi. And because the best students join there, the best companies also come because they know that when they get into this institution, you're dealing with people who are very down to earth, extremely understated, but very good in terms of the intelligence, their IQ levels and the kind of ACADs that they have. Which is where when you actually have the best students, you actually have the best companies coming in. This has been proven again and again and again and again. Wherever you have good placement, it starts from the fact that you actually have the best students getting in there, which is what FMS Delhi is all about. FMS Delhi gets the best students because of which best companies come in and the best roles come in. That's always the case here, right? So the fee is 60,818 per semester, which in all put together, it's about 3 lakh rupees, as I told you, less than 3 lakhs, between 2.7 to 2.8 lakh, which is what gets you the best students out there, right? Now, again, I keep saying this, the reason why FMS Delhi is so successful is no frills. It is very, very ROI driven. The fee is extremely low. It gets the best students. They're not talking of glitzy stuff out there. They don't have the best infrastructure, but they have the best intellectual capital. They compete with IIMs at every single point in terms of placements. They compete with IIMs in terms of the best companies coming in. They compete with IIMs in terms of the best roles that are offered. From that perspective, the first option, if you want to really study at a decent B school, of course you have IIM Ahmedabad and Bangalore and Calcutta, but this should be in the top 4 along with those 3 and nothing less and nothing more. I just hope you understand what I'm trying to say and then get the understand how you must go about choosing this. But FMS Delhi should be a part of your consideration set if you're looking at doing an MBA. It must be a part of the consideration set. By the way, the cutoff here is between 98 and 99 percentile. If you look at Bangalore and Calcutta and all, it's about 95 percentile also. But for FMS Delhi, because the weightage is 50% on CAT score, you're dealing with 98, 99, 100 percentile is what you're looking for you to even have a chance of getting into FMS Delhi. I just hope this works for you. If you want any other institution that you want me to cover, please write to us in the message here. If you have any questions on FMS Delhi, please write to us in the message and I'll respond to you. And please subscribe to MBA 360 if you've not already done that, because this will be a single point destination for you for every MBA aspirant of whatever merit, whatever class, whatever category, whatever affordability. We want to ensure that you take the best decision possible for yourself, and that's why we are here. Thank you so much. Namaste.